He was a French priest back in the early 1900s, and he came up with over 350 designs, and he decided 30 centimeters square seemed to do for heat retention, and the bees seemed to like that the best.
This was in France?
France, yep. Apparently they had a lot to do. They had a lot of time on it.
Mind if I pull one out?
Oh, I don't care. You can, as a matter of fact, there's pictures on the website and everything.
How does it?
So, yeah, the original design, there wasn't any place to put the queen, so we just built this little spacer with a little cutout, and that comes with all our hives. So when you go to install a package, there's a place to put the queen. So you put that in, and then you can dump the bees in, and we just leave it in there.
Got this new macro lens where we're taking
These are for our windows.
pictures of. You just use your windows like every week or whatever to
Just
check
observe,
on it?
yeah. The whole premise behind the Warre Hive is much like a top bar. You put the bees in, and you just let them do what they would do if they were in nature. So it's, you kind of treat your package as a feral hive, and you just let them go.
Why do you give like one side longer than the other?
Okay. The reason this one's so short is because all of our hives have windows, and so we just didn't want to obscure. But all the evidence out there shows that when bees will start down in a line, they don't move laterally. They'll continue down with their. Here's some of those pictures. The hive.
I know things like that.
They kind of build like that. Once they start down, once they get beyond, they'll continue on downward on the same line. And so the one short and the other, just so we didn't obscure the window. And then so when we put these in, we also built in a 1 centimeter space away from the walls for a bee space, so they don't glue these legs right to the sides of the boxes.
Now do you set it all up just with munitions, 2 boxes right away when you
No,
get
we
back
actually.
to check, or just one?
No, we always started with 2, but we found that in a good active colony, which was most of the ones that we got, they would swarm within about 8 weeks in 2 boxes. So we sell 3, and we downwall, install, and maintain, and we start with 3 all the time. Unless you want to try and force them to swarm, if you think you're lucky enough that they're going to land where you get them. This is just the roof. This is just the roof. Part of the other Warre design was a quilt box. He wanted a box. We put this with sawdust, or straw, or leaves, or any some sort of organic material. It absorbs moisture in the summer and provides insulation in the winter. One thing, the original Warre design had a box like this, and the cloth was wrapped on the outside, and you set it on. What we didn't realize in our first year was that the bees would literally chew through that cloth. So one day I came just to look at the bees, and there was sawdust coming out in the front. All the bees were coming out with sawdust on them. So I took the roof off, and they were crawling around with sawdust. Okay, so we built this screen here, and that allows you to, if you want to do like a butter sugar treatment on them for mite control, you can do that. If you want to put in like a small hive beetle trap, the kinds that come like in a credit card size, you can flip that over and put it on top here. And then we built, but even in the presence of this, if this cloth sagged at all, it would still get access to it. So we built up a 1 centimeter spacer on that. So what you have is 2 centimeters between the bees and the cloth, and it works fine. It's matter of fact. Actually, well, I've heard of the hive beetle traps. The more recessed and darker area they are, the better. So that's my understanding of them. We actually haven't used them yet. We haven't seen evidence that we'll be able to run with the small hive beetles. So we do find a lot of varroa. The bottom is a screen bottom board. So there's a 8 mesh screen there, and we just leave a space in the back where you can insert like a foam. You just spray it with like cooking spray. I don't know if you guys do that. We just spray it with cooking spray and throw it in, scrape it off every 8 to 10 days. Do that.
Can you talk about how you rotated the boxes out?
Oh, sure.
Put one on the bottom, pull one from the top,
like harvesting honey. You'll see in our brochure that honey's not why we do this, but it is a reality of the bees, and every now and then you want to harvest it. One thing we know for certain is that bees will build from the top down. They always build from the top down. And their brood chamber will always stay in a compact area, and it moves basically left to right and top down. So by looking in the windows, once your bees are down here, you know that this has all been, it's all honey at this point. So if you want to harvest it, you would well, you're going to remove this box. Okay. But you would remove the top box and then lift and put an empty box underneath. So what we do in effect is we'll take this and scrape the honey off and then replace this back on the bottom. So from the bee's standpoint, there's this continual, endless supply of empty space in the downward fashion, and that suits them.
And you just cut out the comb.
Yeah, we'll just take this and just take a knife and just leave a whole bunch of gunk on there because it's all from them. But from the bee standpoint also, the queen is always laying in fresh new comb. So she's not reusing anything, so it's always fresh. And I'll tell you, that's a look in the window, the top left picture. It is as pristine version of it. Really, I mean, it's always brand new person. It's always brand new comb. So, given what can get into the comb, that's a